Let's dive right in, shall we? Welcome to this explainer. I am absolutely thrilled to take you on a structured visual journey through the most astonishing, uncharted universe in existence, your very own body. Today, we're breaking down the raw data and fascinating biological facts that prove just how incredible human anatomy truly is.
But first, I've got to ask you something. Do you really know the machine you live in? Seriously, take a quick second right now and just look at your hands. Flex your fingers a bit. It feels totally natural, right? But beneath that skin is a staggeringly complex network of systems, reflexes, and hidden secrets operating seamlessly without you ever having to even think about it. We often assume we know exactly how our bodies work, but as the facts we're about to explore will show you, we are barely scratching the surface here.
So here's our roadmap for today. We're going to cover the brain's hidden powers, decode your unique senses, look at some wild survival mechanisms and reflexes, uncover a few bizarre anatomical truths, and finally, look at how the body changes over an entire lifetime.
All right, part one, the brain's hidden powers.
Okay, let's dive into this. The disproportionate reality of our brain is it's staggering. Your brain accounts for a tiny 2% of your total body weight, yet it greedily gobbles up a massive 30% of your body's total oxygen. Because it's managing every single function in your body, its energy needs are absolutely colossal. And what's really wild is its resilience. Medical science has actually shown that during certain extreme surgeries, the brain can be divided without losing its core functions. Plus, this incredibly demanding organ, it doesn't stop developing. It grows continuously until you hit about 40 years old.
Fascinatingly, the physical makeup of that hungry brain is essentially aquatic. It's actually 73% water, with the remaining 27% being other matter. This precise balance is exactly why hydration is quite literally a matter of life and death. If the water in your body drops by an amount equal to just 1% of your body weight, your body's alarm bell rings. You feel extreme thirst. But if that water loss reaches 10%, that threshold can actually be fatal. It really puts into perspective how fragile our most powerful organ can be.
Moving right along to Section 2, decoding your unique senses.
Let's go ahead and bust a massive myth right off the bat. The tongue taste map is totally false. For decades, we were all taught that the front of the tongue tastes sweet things, the sides do sour, and so on. Well, recent research completely debunks this. Every single part of your tongue has the ability to sense sweet, sour, and spicy flavors. Furthermore, just like your fingertips, your tongue has a completely unique print. No two tongue prints in the world are the same. Oh, and just a fun little anatomical difference. On average, a male's tongue is slightly larger at 3.3 inches compared to a female's at 3.1 inches.
Now, right near that unique tongue are your lips, which happen to be the single most sensitive part of your entire body. But hiding right behind those highly delicate lips is an absolute powerhouse. The masseter muscle, that's your primary chewing muscle, is so incredibly strong that it is capable of lifting up to 90 kilograms of weight. It's this crazy paradox of human biology, right? You've got the most sensitive exterior hiding the most immensely powerful, heavy-lifting muscle right beneath it.
It's also super interesting to compare how biological sex influences our senses. Females naturally perceive a much wider spectrum of colors and their subtle shades, and they blink about 18 to 20 times a minute. Males, on the flip side, have a much higher likelihood of color blindness, often struggling to differentiate between certain shades, and they only blink around 11 to 12 times a minute.
So how do all these senses operate when we finally power down? Well, a really fascinating sleep study out of Brown University wanted to know exactly what sensory inputs would wake a deeply sleeping person. Shaking them? Yep, that woke them up. Loud noises? Yes. Flashing a bright light? Absolutely. But strong smells? Interestingly enough, whether it was the most foul odor imaginable or a pleasant scent, smells did not wake the participants up. Your brain essentially just switches off your sense of smell while you are in a deep slumber.
All right, part 3, survival mechanisms and reflexes.
We have all experienced this phenomenon. Goosebumps. You get them watching a scary movie, walking into a freezing cold room, or even just listening to an incredible piece of music. Biologically, this is triggered by a sudden rush of the hormone adrenaline. Whenever your body perceives stress, fear, loud, chaotic noises, or even the thrill of high-speed travel, it dumps adrenaline into your system. This causes these tiny little muscles at the base of your hair follicles to contract. It's quite literally a primal reflex hardwired right into our survival code.
And speaking of automatic responses,
Think back to the last time you took a long bath. Your fingers and toes turned into little prunes, right? For a long time, people just thought the skin was absorbing water and swelling up. But based on research from a UK university, it's actually an active evolutionary mechanism. After prolonged exposure to moisture, your nervous system deliberately commands the blood vessels to shrink, which creates those skin folds. Why? It acts exactly like the treads on a car tire, significantly improving your grip on wet objects. It is your body giving you an instant evolutionary advantage in wet environments.
Now here is a mind-blowing anatomical truth about your internal buoyancy. Your body maintains something called residual lung volume. Basically, no matter how hard you exhale, trying to push every single ounce of air out of your body, you simply can't do it. Your body permanently traps a reserve of about 1 liter of oxygen inside your lungs just to keep them from collapsing. And because of this trapped air, human lungs are the only organs in the entire body that will always float on water.
No way, right?
Which brings us to Section 4, Bizarre Anatomical Truths.
There was a really famous 1989 study published in the American Journal of Public Health that found a significant, even startling discrepancy in life expectancy based entirely on which hand you favor. According to the data, right-handed people live, on average, approximately 9 years longer than left-handed people. Why is that? Well, it's not a genetic defect in lefties. It's simply because the entire world, the machinery, tools, cars, scissors, is predominantly engineered for right-handers. Navigating a world built backwards for them unfortunately leads to a higher rate of fatal accidents for left-handed individuals over a lifetime.
Okay, I want you to quickly glance down at your fingernails right now. Do you see any small white spots on them? Those aren't just random blemishes. They are actually your body's early warning system. Because the mind-body connection is so incredibly strong, nutritional deficiencies manifest visually very quickly. Those white spots are a direct signal that your body is missing vital iron, calcium, or other essential minerals. Think of it like your body's built-in dashboard warning light, basically telling you it's time to fix your diet.
2 million. That massive number is exactly how many mosquito bites it would take to completely drain an average human of all their blood. Since a single mosquito only absorbs about 0.01 milliliters of blood per bite, you've got a vast, deep reservoir of life flowing through your veins. Thankfully, you're never going to encounter 2 million of them all at once.
Let's solve a very practical mystery: foot odor. Your body has roughly 500,000 sweat glands, with a staggering 125,000 located on each foot alone. But biologically, female sweat glands on the feet remain mostly closed and inactive, whereas male sweat glands on the feet are highly active. That specific biological difference in gland activity is exactly why male feet tend to generate significantly more sweat and, consequently, that infamous foot odor.
Finally, we arrive at Section 5, the body over a lifetime.
Take a second to consider these incredible lifetime milestones. Did you know your face literally never stops changing? Unlike the rest of your body, your nose and your ears never stop growing until the day you die. Also, all the hair follicles you will ever have are completely formed while you're still in the womb, and healthy hair grows at about 0.03 centimeters every single day. A quick mythbuster here as well. Cancer itself does not cause your hair to fall out. It's the chemotherapy treatments that affect those rapidly dividing hair cells. And speaking of beginnings, a newborn baby enters the world with only 1 single cup of blood in their entire body. When they cry, no tears actually fall because those tear ducts are still physically developing.
Over the course of an average lifetime, a human being will walk roughly 107,000 kilometers. To put that into perspective, that is enough distance to circle the entire Earth 4 times. And utilizing that mobility is absolutely crucial. As Cancer Research UK highlights, just 30 minutes of walking a day is enough to significantly reduce fat accumulation and keep this incredible machine of yours running smoothly.
And this brilliantly illustrates the ultimate engine of your lifetime, the unstoppable heart. It beats continuously from before you're born until the very end, never once taking a vacation. Fascinatingly, female hearts actually beat slightly faster than male hearts. Every single day, your heart pumps 9,000 liters of blood through your body. The pressure it generates to accomplish this is so immense that if it were exposed, your heart could literally shoot blood 30 feet into the air. It is a relentless, incredibly powerful pump keeping you alive right this very second.
So, what does this all mean? Your body does all of this, balancing fluids, filtering senses, executing complex reflexes, pumping thousands of liters of blood without you even trying. It just works flawlessly in the background. If your physical vessel is capable of this much immense automated power, Just imagine what you can achieve when you consciously put your mind to something. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. Keep learning, keep growing, and I'll see you next time.